Hey everybody, you got the Hobby Drifter here again. It is Sunday, June 13th here in beautiful Tokyo, Japan, and I'm going to try something new today. Went to a chain of recycle shops I've never been to before called Watland, and they were selling a whole bunch of what we used to call bric-a-brac, just a bunch of random stuff. You know, they had a couple of video games, some laser discs, stereo stuff, clothes, shoes, and also this sack or brick of Ranger Strike playing cards. Now, I don't know anything about Ranger Strike. It came out the same year that I moved here to Japan, 2006, and I don't really get into playing card games, but I've been kind of nostalgic for cards recently, and since I'm not really into Pokemon, especially newer Pokemon, you know, my options are kind of limited, but I've wanted to just, you know, kind of flip through, you know, a big pile of cards for a little while, and seeing this for, 1,880 yen, and it even includes what I'm assuming are opened, but there are a few of the card packs still in here, so that's kind of cool. And I figured this will kind of satisfy my urge to, you know, just mess around with some trading cards, which I haven't done in probably 15 years or more. So, I don't know anything about Ranger Strike. I'm a very casual Sentai fan. Love Zyurangers, love the first couple of years of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. But stuff like this, I enjoy it because of like the artwork on stuff. I remember like when I was a young kid into Power Rangers, a lot of the stuff just recycled the same art over and over and over and over and over again. So, you know, I'm just looking forward to seeing what's in this brick. I don't know how I would even tell if it was worth the 1,880 yen. I don't know what rare cards are, or if there are rare cards or anything. So I'm just gonna open this up and see what's inside. Thick plastic. I've gotten my hands on a big lot of trading cards, probably since the early 90s, mid-90s, with Marvel cards like Spider-Man, X-Men, and those crazy flare cards that were, you know, like thick cardboard for an unthinkable $5 a pack. Alright, so we got this thing open. Let's just pull out the top stack of these things here. Alright, so first thing on here is from the expansion, the Kamen Rider Master Rider expansion. So these retailed for 120 yen a piece back in 2007, which means that these would have cost just about $1 per $1 per pack. Oh, and I do remember these are from this company, Cardass, which read it as Card Ass. It's very funny. It says this set had a total of 62 regular cards plus one secret rare card. And there's a checklist on the back. So, in the actual pack, we've got and this is really nice artwork. Never see it. I wonder if this is like all collected in a book somewhere. If that's really more my style. And here's the it's like the checklist card, which might come in handy. Let's just go through some of these. A lot of these seem to be from the Kamen Rider series, which I know literally nothing about. I remember I saw the Super Sentai versus Kamen Rider movie when it came out, because I was a fan of Gokaiger, and I had absolutely no idea what the hell was going on. I do like this artwork, and I don't know if any of these are in any way rare or special or valuable or anything like that. I honestly don't care. Ooh, hello. Mammoth Ranger from Zyuranger, which means that already this is worth it for me, because I got some new Zyuranger stuff. I'll put that in the pile over here. 3 in a row of Magic Green. Wondering what the story is with how these wound up in this order in this pack. Yellow. And now we've got some cards that aren't playing cards. These look like just regular trading cards. I don't know what in the hell these are, but ooh, there's something shiny. There we go, shiny thing. Yeah, I don't know who these characters. I remember this character being fairly popular a year or two after I came to Japan, but I never learned anything about it. This one's very thick. See, now this brings me back. This reminds me of the Power Ranger cards from when I was collecting cards as a young kid in the early 90s. This actually looks very familiar. I think this was one of the cards that was given away when you saw the Gokaiger or the Sentai versus Kamen Rider movie. I think I've got this. I think it's in one of my programs. I have no idea who this is. Not JPEG. Lizard Man Ranger. Okay, now we've got a couple of these that are in the plastic cases, the plastic sleeves. Okay, so now some of these are Gundam. Gundam War, which don't know who this is, or who this is. They're same card, 210 yen. Showering Dude. 3 Showering Dudes. Okay, so these are they're not all Ranger Strike. Okay, so we got, there's Shaw, I think, yeah. Another 210 yen Showering Gundam War guy. This one's from 2004. So, free me in Japan. There we go. Posing guy. I don't know if this is a Kamen Rider or what. Oh yeah, Kamen Rider Hibiki. Kamen Rider Hibiki. Cool. More Gundam. There's a lot more of this. Guess I'll use this video to see if there's any interest at all in this kind of thing. All right, these ones look to be more Ranger strikey. Got some robots here. Dicky Blue. We have a Tiger Ranger, another Zyuranger, so that's going in the pile. Maybe that'll be my hope, is that I have the full set of these. That'll be the goal for this. We've gone from, well, I wonder if there's any Zyuranger stuff in here too. Ooh, maybe there's all the Zyuranger stuff. I don't know. This does not seem to be sorted well. It's probably just some guy threw it all into a bucket and said, give me 200 yen for it. Wattmans. We don't know. I don't know. Yeah, many great memories of collecting. I just so many cool trading cards. Oh, hey, there we go. There's the Tyrannosaurus dinosaur Dinozord. This is a unit card here. Very cool artwork. But yeah, like when I was a kid, in the late 80s, early 90s, collecting, Marvel cards and things like that. It was fun. They were like, $1 or $2, usually under $1 per pack, saber-toothed tiger. And, you were trying to put together sets of stuff, trading with your friends, seeing who could get it first. Never got into collecting, playing cards, though. That was a completely new thing for me. I did collect Pokemon cards for a while just because I was into Pokemon and was it like early high school, and it's just something a lot of people do. I remember one time I was at a convention and someone was selling a Charizard for $20, and that was at the time a really good price for a American Charizard card. But being high school kid, I didn't really have $20 to spend on just a card. Which, I know these days, but so instead of buying that Charizard, I bought a single pack of Pokemon cards from the same dealer, and opened it right there, and inside, boom, was the Charizard, which I went on to sell for about $200 a couple of years later. And when I've heard, sometimes now it can go for like a couple of $1,000s, I'm like, oh, I should have held on to it. But honestly, $200 when I was in high school was probably worth more than a couple of $1,000 as an adult now, so whatever. But I did hear that jackass Logan Paul said that his was valued at like 300 grand, and yeah, I could use 300 grand. That'd be pretty sweet. I mean, who couldn't use 300 grand? Oh, there we go. We got the Mastodon. So now we've got 4 of the 5 Dinozords. We got the Mastodon, Tyrannosaurus, saber-toothed tiger, and Triceratops. So now we're just missing the pterodactyl. Took me entirely too long to think of that name. There's another saber-toothed tiger. I really do like how different artists interpret the characters. For Power Rangers, it always seemed like the idea was to make them look like your traditional, like, heavily muscled superheroes, which never made any sense to me, as that doesn't follow like how they look in the show, like, at all. Like, even these ones, they make them more comic book superhero-y. They follow like the Spider-Man body type, as opposed to the He-Man or the Hulk body type. Well, that was like straight out of Star Wars, but it's Barake Tiga. Kiki Yellow. This must have just have been like so much fun for a bunch of these artists who Wanpa. I mean, imagine you're a fan of these series, and you get to contribute artwork to one of these trading card sets. That must be just like such a thrill. I would love to see something like this done with, and I know it kind of exists with something like Transformers, but do all fan art. Like I say, like when I was into Power Rangers, it seemed like the same, weird art that didn't really look like anything, just, cheap, easy art, recycled for everything, like t-shirts, cards, and stuff like that. Here's a card from Sega. Sparkly. It looks like it was perforated or just damaged on the sides. Sparkly, cool. Shout out to one of my Twitter friends, Pal Perspective, who suggested that I go through and read out the names of all of these on the stream, but I don't think that anybody, including me, is really up for a. I would put that at probably 2 or 3 hours total if I were to do that. And yeah, I don't see the interest being there for this. I'm not sure that the interest is going to be there for going through the rest of this stack. This is a big stack. I'm going to feel kind of silly if these were in any kind of order, and I'm just kind of pitching them around. We have a third saber-toothed tiger. Okay, remember what I said about cars not making him all like buff and huge? Look at that dude. That looks like Skeletor in that outfit, Magi red. I wonder if this is a Transformers artist. This is a character in here called Dump Fighter, but it looks very similar to some early 2000s Transformer artwork. Illustration by Murakami Hisashi Murakami. I don't know. Do we know Hisashi Murakami? Has that person done a lot of Transformers art, maybe for like Dreamwave? That's a cool shot. That's straight out of like Marvel type comics. And I wonder what the story is. I wonder if these were owned by a kid or adult collector, teenager, who got like really into collecting and then just decided, yeah, I'm done with this, or like what the deal might be. I'm wondering if there's any numbering on here that might make it easier to sort later on down the line. So that would be kind of cool, I've certainly not put cards into a binder in, ooh, that might be more than 20 years. It's been a very long time. Alright, let's grab another stack out of here. Yeah, that's the Zyurangers or O-Rangers. Mind-blowing at the time when, like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers changed into something else and then didn't immediately come back. That was something you didn't see a whole lot as a kid growing up in the West at the time, like actual lasting change. The Mammoth Ranger. And hello. We have the Pteranodon, or the Pterodactyl Zord. That means all 5 of the basic Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Zyuranger Zords. You're not counting the Dragon Zord or Titanus, which I'm doing a brief bit of research for these. Suggests that the supplementary mecha would be rarer cards, so I'm not anticipating finding those in this random pile, but hey, who knows? Other Triceratops. This is called Blue Vulcan, which is I remember seeing, I think I remember seeing the figure for this for sale back at Mandarake stores back before collecting became like a worldwide thing. Before they started shipping outside of Japan, and we got a lot of interest in the stuff. I remember like Blue Vulcan was always something that looked really cool, but I didn't have space for. I seem to recall it being fairly inexpensive. Now that is a buff bull panther. That's a armored looking ranger. That is cool. And again, I'm loving seeing all these different styles. Hurricane blue. Yeah, see, I never really did get into the Sentai stuff other than Zyuranger, as it became Mighty Morphin Power Rangers until Gokaiger came out. And it wasn't like I was excited for the anniversary series. It was just I was in a store, and I saw I think it was like I think it was the smaller Daijujin, the Megazord, which is when I realized that they were doing like an anniversary type series. And I got into the show first with subtitles, and then watching them raw when they came out. I'm guessing these are not part of Ranger Strike. Lycee? And yeah, I started watching them like as they were coming out on like Saturday or Sunday morning, and I just got like really into it. I thought it was a really cool series, and I loved all the nostalgic stuff, but more than that, I loved how it wasn't entirely banking on nostalgia. It was also, oh hey, cool, Momo Ranger, one of the first team. It wasn't entirely based on nostalgia. It was set up so that parents could watch the show with their kids, or older brothers, older sisters could also get into it with their younger siblings. And it just seemed like it was there to bring people together, enjoying this classic series, which I just always find very nice. I always have enjoyed sharing my enjoyment of different nerd stuff with the younger fans, because I have this thing where I believe that if any of these franchises, or when these franchises start to become aimed exclusively at older adults, that's when we start to see a noticeable uptick in the cost of stuff. That's when you see action figures go from $5 to $6 each up to $20 and $30. I think Star Wars Black Series figures cost $20 each, and then you get into stuff like Mafex and Figma, which can be $60-$70 per toy, and they're they're beautiful figures, nice craftsmanship, amazing articulation, but I don't want to spend $60 on a toy very often. I want to do the word here is otonagai, which is adult buying, and it's used for when as an adult you buy like an entire run of something. You buy an entire case of trading cards, or you buy the shipping case of action figures, or an entire run of manga, and you get it all at once. And when action figures are released one at a time, a couple of months apart, it's not quite as satisfying as when you would go into a store and find like the new wave of Transformers or Power Rangers or whatever, and just scoop up the whole thing for $100, $200, and it's like, oh, I got all of them at once, this is great. Before that, Spawn figures, X-Men figures. Alright, Tricera Ranger. So now we've got You got the Tricera Ranger, the Tiger Ranger, and the Mammoth Ranger. We're just missing the Tyranno Ranger and the Terra Ranger. Hopefully spot those in here. But we have no idea. A lot of this Magi Red, this buff-ass Magi Red. Another Mammoth. What about you folks out there? Did you ever do any Otonagai, buy a whole bunch of stuff, buy everything at once? For reasons other than going on to sell them later? Just imagine with how much figures and stuff cost these days, if they were to do that, if they were to release, you know, the entire Soul of Chogokin Ultra Zord set all at once, you know, it's like, okay, it's, you know, something like that would probably be around Christmas. So it was like, you know, Christmas, New Year's Day, you know, all right, pony up, you know, $800, $900 all at once for this stuff. Okay, this is fun. Here's Ginga Blue giving the baddie the old torture rack. Here's something you never thought I'd see. I guess that would be kind of a cool Sentai if they haven't done it yet, like a pro wrestling themed one. Can I get some of that Kinniku Man, that Ultimate Muscle audience? And Blue Flash. I think this Battle Striker might be the one card I've seen most of going through all of these. I don't think I've seen any of them more than that one. Ooh, just a random case. A lot of blues in here. Lots and lots of a lot of blue Rangers. And just a lot of really nice art in different unique styles. Gao Giraffe. Gao Ranger was a fun series of figures to collect, and very, very cheap at secondhand stores for a very long time while I was here. It was one of those things where I wasn't a huge, and when I say I'm not a huge fan of the series, I'd never seen even a minute of the series, just they were really cool robot toys. So it was you know, something to collect and combine and display, and unfortunately that was before I started doing any kind of action figure photography. I wish I had, you know, nice pictures of some of those things. But unfortunately, you know, I've just, you know, got the pictures I took when I bought them, you know, to share, you know, oh, hey, look what I got. And then when I sold them for, you know, eBay or things like that. So I don't have great photos of some of the best stuff that ever came my way. Which is, you know, kind of sad, because I did have some really cool stuff come through my collection in the late aughts. Again, before companies like, you know, Mandarake and Yahoo Auctions made it easier for people outside Japan to buy their wonderful stuff. extremely spiky Blue Ranger. Abare Blue Abare mode. Spiky. That looks like something that Image would have done in the early 90s. Another Abare battle mode thing. Oh, got a Top Trumps promo. Red Gyro. Was that one of the Ninja Rangers? Doing the Akambe face. This uniform would come in handy in Tokyo these days, with the mask and everything. And I was kind of telling, I'm seeing cards here from Kamen Rider and stuff, and that's, that has tried to make its way to the West a couple of times and never had a whole lot of success. It's like Power Rangers hit it big, and they tried it again with, Masked Rider and Beetleborgs and Superhuman Samurai and all that, and all of them lasted 1, maybe 2 seasons. VR Troopers, all of that stuff. It's just, they just couldn't recapture the magic of that first one. Whereas, here, Kamen Rider, Sentai has been going on forever. Ultraman, which is kind of Superhuman Samurai adjacent, is in there. And Gridman has come back in recent years. Were some of the most disappointing figures I think I've ever seen. The original Superhuman Samurai figures, Gridman figures, were just gorgeous. They were some of the first figures I appreciated just as works of art. But the renewed series kind of tried a bunch of stuff, and I don't think did much of it very well. Alright, I think we're past the halfway point on these things. Another stack here. I know it's supposed to be like a chalice, but it looks like he's drinking out of a solo cup. See, that's a nice bit of artwork. Bat Imagine. You see the Sentai heroes with, weapon like that, and you're like, how do you ever have trouble with any of these battles you're in? Okay, this is weird. There's a couple of cards jammed into this one single case. I remember, when I was a kid, I would sometimes do that. It's like, I've only got the one case, and I must keep all of my cards safe. So let's see what we got. Okay, that looks like straight out of Star Trek. That literally looks like Marvel's Black Knight. Giving off some serious Lex Luthor power armor vibes there. And cute ninja lady. Along with another Top Trumps advertisement. I don't know why exactly you would want to save those cards in particular together, but okay. And we got another Pteranodon. Another saber-toothed tiger. And another Tyrannosaurus. I think we have two full sets of the basic Geozords. So, yes. And I said, a lot of these cards are in nicer shape than I thought they would be, just, crammed into a plastic bag and tossed into the, it was literally in a bin with a bunch of other card game stuff at this place called Watman's. It was like a lot of dual Masters cards, and some like girls, I think, school set. No Pokemon, or I probably would have grabbed that, but that probably wouldn't have been so cheap either. Because that's still a very popular game here, and everywhere, I suppose. So, a lot of Zyuranger stuff here, which is another cool set of figures. Well, not so much robots. We have not had great luck with like Sentai action figures here, basically until Figuarts came about, and even then it was mostly not full teams. When it was full teams, they would do like one or two that were at regular retail, and then a couple that were secondary market, or not secondary, but online exclusives or pre-order exclusives that were just prohibitively expensive. Like, I would love to have collected the Zyuranger team. Obviously, that's kind of my thing. But I got the Green Ranger for 1,000 yen. It was clearanced at Yodobashi Camera. I got the red, the Tyranno Ranger for like $20 at Book Off. Same with the armored Tyranno Ranger. But then the other ones, blue, black, yellow, and pink. Those command quite a bit of money. I mean, comparatively, it's all comparative. But I mean, you'd find, pink and yellow for, 100, 150-ish when you see them in stores, and blue and black around the same. I did see white for, not Zyuranger, but still part of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I saw that one for $45 at a Book Off in Kawasaki recently. I almost pulled the trigger, but I think I'm just going to bite on those Hasbro versions. They're significantly less expensive, easier to get the whole team, and I won't feel terrible about junking the packaging, which is something I usually do. Junk the packaging, I mean, you feel terrible once in a while. This could have been the first Power Ranger. They tried to bring it over the first time with Bioman, and no one was having any of it. Really am digging how some of these are, painted. Some of them are more, comic book style. Once I get these sorted into teams and the like, I think it'll be really cool to see if there's like a uniform, set for like style for how the teams work. Yeah, I think we might be at 3 Zyuranger mecha sets. Which, that's pretty sweet. So I'm sure I'm going to wind up selling, giving away, or trading away most of this. Probably won't throw it away. Like, whatever stuff I don't need, I can find someone out there who could enjoy it. I wish I were better at throwing away stuff I didn't need. And it's not like a fear of throwing out something valuable, it's just fear of, maybe I'll meet someone somewhere down the line to say, it's like, oh, I'm really looking for one of these things, and it's like, oh, I used to have it, but I threw it away. Everyone's mom threw out all of their cards back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Not mine, though. My parents kept all my junk. Much to their chagrin whenever I talked to them. They're like, hey, you still got all this stuff here in Chicago, and yeah, I'll get it one of these days. I'll come and pick it up. No, I won't. When he showed up in Gokaiser, that was so cool. It's like I didn't expect him to be the one to get the call, but it was cool seeing that character show up in Gokaiser. I guess I should point out that I did watch a little bit of Super Mega Force, the Power Ranger series that took the Gokaiser footage, and yeah, I was disappointed to the point where I just stopped watching. I got through a few episodes and watched a couple of the highlights on YouTube. I was just like, yeah, that's not for me, which is fine. I don't know. Like none of my friends have kids that were the right age to watch that. So like maybe kids got into it. I don't know. It just didn't do it for me, and I don't expect children's TV to cater to me. I think that would be weird. Meh. Hey, shiny thing. Put that off to the side here. See what the hell that is later. This is such a cool design. The Jaga Vulcan teeth. Look at that, like, oh, that's got to be the bad guy's thing, but nah, it's the hero's ride. Haunt my nightmares. Oh hey, finally we got the Tyranno Ranger, but it's the shiny Tyranno Ranger. Ooh. This was bought at a shop called Liberty, which is a chain of stores that I know of in Akihabara. There's a ton of them. They focus on different things, figures, cards, model cars, trains, stuff like that. Alright, so that's Kuruma Jack Power. Alright, so it's the Car Ranger team with the Zord. Nice. Advertising thing. I mean, that's how you know this is just a bunch of stuff that was just thrown in here, just thrown together like without much thought. Yeah, seeing a couple of the shiny cards in here, makes me think that it wasn't picked over. The place I bought this from didn't have like a premium card section, so I wouldn't be terribly surprised to learn that they didn't sort them at all and just threw them all together. Although, I mean, kind of people you'd imagine working in a place like that might have, scraped a few of the good stuff off the top, and I can't blame them for that. I see so many collectors, complaining about store workers who will, get the rare stuff before it hits the shelves, and I'm in the minority there where I don't really have a problem with that. I mean, that's not a very lucrative job working in places that sell, toys at retail. So I mean, if they can make a few extra bucks or just make their their own personal collecting more convenient as a perk of the job, I say, great, good for you guys. I do say that as someone who used to work in a toy store, and we had it was basically store policy. It was like, any of the employees want this stuff? Yeah, all right, hold it before it goes out. And that does include the treasure hunt Hot Wheels toys. We did have one Hot Wheels collector. He was a very nice guy, very, very nice dude, very friendly. Not at all one of those stereotypical Hot Wheels collectors that we were always warned about. And I'm sure Hot Wheels collectors are fine people, but there was people in the area that were not the best people to deal with. So yeah, those treasure hunt figures never made it to shelves. He bought all of them, and sometimes he would buy them just to open them and give them to kids. Here's another stack. He unfortunately passed away in a car accident while we were working together, and his replacement was a tremendous asshole. Ooh, cool case. I am never going to be a card collecting guy, but I am greatly enjoying going through these. Here's a I don't remember. I think I bought a pack of these like 10 years ago to use as the basis for a set of cards that I was making for some of my classes for the kids, to make those flashcards a little more interesting. Then we got another pack here. Let's see what's in the pack. What's in the pack? Open the pack. Doesn't have that new card smell, sadly. What do we got? We got another advertising card. I wonder how they decided what goes back in the pack. Like it mystifies me, like how these things wound up in this shape. Like, was this all from one guy who traded it all in? And I'm imagining guy, but it could be one girl. Who traded it all in? Like, did they get several lots of these things and then just put them all together? How did this work? I don't know. I will never know. It cannot be known. It will forever be a mystery. The answer will elude me for all time, and hopefully not bother me in any significant way. Another checklist card. Love the checklist cards. It's like, this is what you're looking for. That used to be like one of the last cards in like Marvel sets. Was final card is just like the checklist, so you know what you're looking for, and useful of course, but not the most exciting card to pull out of a pack when you're buying them as a 9-year-old kid. Like, oh, I don't get a cool card, I just get this list of other cards that are much cooler. I'll be honest, starting to lose hope for any hope of that Pink Ranger card. I think I'm gonna wind up with an incomplete set of the Zyurangers. Was this a... Okay, I was thinking this was a Beetleborg, but no, that was one of the armored things. Robot. Drills. Can't go a few years in Sentai without something having a frickin' drill on it. I wonder how that would have worked as a figure. Gonna have a mountain of cards stretching up higher than Mount Fuji here by the end. We're almost through this. We got another stack or two, and we'll call it a day. Yeah, Masked Rider and Sentai are a little bit more separate in places than you might expect. Like I had always assumed, because of stuff like this, that it would be, kind of jumbled together. But no, if you go to like, Toys R Us, Book Off, places like this, they are very, very much separate. They're kept separate. At Book Off, they're a lot of times they're not even next to each other. It'll be like Kamen Rider stuff over on the left, and then some other stuff in the middle, and then over on the right would be, Sentai. So I don't know, maybe there's like a feud going on there between the two fan bases. Or not. I have no idea. Deca base robot, that's another thing that you used to see quite a bit at secondhand stores in that huge, huge box. No, you know what? Let's talk about this. A lot of Sentai characters like curry. A lot of Japanese kids like curry. Curry is like the number one, favorite food of many, 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 many kids in Japan, and it is amazing. Curry rules. I did not have curry in general, or Japanese curry in particular, until I was like 23 or 24 years old, and I've been making up for lost time ever since. Curry is awesome. Curry makes everything awesome. Like, you want kids to eat their vegetables, put it in curry. You want kids to try something new, put it in curry. Just curry all day and all night. Curry rules. So that's what Orko looks like under those robes. Oh, cop with a sniper rifle. That's topical. And we'll never know what was in here, but it cost 89 yen. Oh, Magic Ranger stuff. Looks like she's throwing a tire. Yeah, we're definitely getting into the point where a lot of these are looking very familiar. Like we've seen most of these already, all before. Godai Beetle. Yeah, here's another Car Ranger card. Alright, looks like we got 2 more stacks, and then we are through this. Gone on for almost an hour now. Which is funny because there's no way anyone is going to have watched this for more than about 2 minutes, but here we go. Another pack. Advertising. Deca Green. Sun Vulcan Robo. A lot of love for this. This whenever there's like a, you know, series doing like nostalgia grabs, this guy, you know, gets in there. Firefighter. Deca Blue. Oh, we got another Murakami Hisashi card. Seriously, did this person do Transformers? Because these really look Transformer-y. I don't remember a whole lot about this series, except for that they had like dragons and animal heads just like popping out of trains, which should have been very, very popular here. I don't know if it was, but if you can incorporate trains into a Japanese kids series, you could probably, you know, just assume there's a little bit more popularity to it, because kids love trains. All kids love trains. There's this idea that, you know, kids outside of Japan don't love trains as much. Everyone loves trains. Trains are great. Trains are cool. Hurricane Dolphin. Go Gyro. Blue Shark. I wonder if there's any specific reason that so many of these, especially in Sentai, they use the English names for stuff, you know, shark instead of Iruka. Except for the original Go Ranger. Those use things like, you know, Momo Ranger. That's pretty badass. Actually, have had some younger students who come into like kindergarten classes and the like, and they're already very good with colors. And you know, I asked the mom, I was like, oh yeah, the kid doesn't know very much vocabulary, but they know the colors. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, they're Super Sentai fans. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's very useful for that. haven't seen many. Actually, come to think of it, I haven't seen any kids who are repping the new series. I think the last series that I saw kids, with the pencil cases and the T-shirts on was Lupin Ranger versus Pato Ranger. But these recent few series, I haven't seen kids with T-shirts. Haven't seen the pencil cases, clear files, nothing. Wonder if it's. I have heard rumors that Sentai is not quite as popular as it once was, but it's been months and I haven't seen kids with any of these yet. And I guess it is a very, what do they call it, toyetic series, so with the kids not being as into toys anymore, maybe Sentai will be a casualty of that. I think the only toys that I know, kids that I work with are really into Lego. They don't collect figures. There's not a lot of them who are into robots. I don't know any of them who like Transformers. So that'll be sad if that's another institution that goes by the wayside. But hey, maybe something new will come and take its place. Something new, imagine that. It seems to me sometimes that Western animation, Western kids franchises kind of stopped at 1993. It's all right, we've got enough, stuff. We can just call it a day. All right, last pile. Last pile. Yeah, we just stop making new franchises. Just reboot and remake and retell everything we've done before, and just that's enough. We don't need anything else. We're good. That would be sad. Because as cool as it is, to as cool as it is to be able to, connect with newer fans and younger kids about, with younger kids and newer fans about stuff, that's been popular forever. There is something cool about when a kid, comes up and starts talking about something you have just no idea about. I love when the kids are like, oh yeah, we love Kimetsu no Yaiba and blah 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 and Tanjiro. And I'm like, that's awesome. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but by all means, go on, because I love your enthusiasm. I gotta say, overall, there's more Zyuranger stuff in here than I was expecting. Maybe it's just because I'm noticing it more than other stuff, but we're getting to quite the pile here. Yeah. Said jokingly that I think a lot of Sentai fans and maybe Bandai as well kind of resent Zyuranger because of how successful Power Rangers is. And it's they made a joke about it in Akiba Ranger about how it's not the same thing. But I do know that a lot of Zyuranger stuff has left Japan from collectors, importing, exporting it to other countries, which makes it much more rare. All right, so all we got left is these packs. These packs. The stacks are done, and now we're down to just these few packs. So let's see what we got. We've got a checklist We have another Blue Ranger. We have a shiny Udukaiser? Don't know who that is. All right, next pack. We have Hurricane Rayon. Ooh, another shiny Zyuranger. Hurricane Blue. Go-Go Dozer. Yeah, Magic King. I know that one. That was a really cool figure. I made a special edition of that too that's even nicer. Alright, 3 more. Go-Go Gyro, which, of course, I see that and I think, oh, that's Go-Go Gadget Gyro. Final 2. Alright, here it is, the final pack. The last pack. Let's get this thing open. Oh, there's our good friend Murakami Hisashi again with their excellent artwork. We have a shiny Bio Hunter Silver. We have Hurricane Yellow. We have a blue Vulcan. We have whatever the hell this is. And the final card. What is it? Will it be the Pink Ranger? Is that possible? Could it be? No, of course it's not. It's the... Ow! Yes, it is the... Oh, that's... Oh, trading card gods, you have smiled upon me. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. Oh, oh, I did not set that up. I did not set that up at all. That is good shit. Okay, so 1,800 yen, 2,000 yen after tax. It's about 20 bucks. I got just mountains of cards. I was guessing 200, but it's probably closer to 500 or more. Did I get the full set of Zyuranger stuff? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know if there's if the dragon, if the Dragon Zord, Dragon Caesar, Titanus, King Brachion, or Dragon Ranger are cards in the set. Have no idea. Gonna check later because you know, maybe I could add those to the set. There's other stuff, another pile. I don't know, but yeah, definitely feel like I got my money's worth. Had a fun time making this video. Thanks to all of you who made it through 2 minutes, and if anyone's actually here at the end, love you. That's gonna be almost all for this, but let's, I don't know, since it's my video, I can do this. Let's see how many sets of the Zord cards we got. Let's see how many of these there are. Okay, there's 2 full sets, 3 full sets, 4 full sets. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Tyrannosaurus cards. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 pterodactyls. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 triceratops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 saber-toothed tigers. And 1, 2, 3, 4 mastodons. As for the Zyuranger themselves, we have, let's go through this, exactly one Pink Ranger. Through here. Alright, so that is 1 pink, 2 red, 3 blue, 4 yellow, and I think I'm going to say 5, but no, 6 black. Alright, yeah, definitely got my money's worth out of this. Had some fun. Thanks everyone for joining me. You've been great. Got a bunch of other stuff on my channel. Do you want to see me, you know, open up more random bags of stuff in the future? If so, let me know. If not, I don't know, also let me know. Got any card collecting memories you'd like to share? Any Sentai memories? I guess Kamen Rider memories? I won't know what the hell you're talking about, but, you know, share it with the folks. Okay, that's going to be all for today. Thanks again, and happy hobbying.